First of all, happy Monday. And I just want to say when you go on to that My HMH and you're doing the beginning of the year test, you want to make sure to realize that I don't expect you to know, really anything because it is a review of what we're doing this year. So you probably don't know a lot of that stuff. You might know some of it, but we've already had a lot of kids sign in and they've done it. And I just want to make sure that you're getting on there to the My HMH, which we're going to go over today. And you're doing, there's the beginning of the year test, which it really isn't a test. I'm only grading you on if you did it. And I know it's not working for some, so just communicate that to me. The second thing is, um, you know, don't stress out about it. It's not a big deal. We are just kind of getting going. So if it's not working for you, communicate that to me, and I will try to get that fixed with the software company. But if it's just that you're, overwhelmed because you don't know how to do any of it, you just, take a chill pill. It's all good. We're okay. All right. So today, first thing I want you to think about is it is the 28th. It's Monday, and the EQ is what does a good planner look like? So I want you to get your planner out, okay? And we are going to just do an input for today, okay? So the topic today is integers and opposites. So go ahead and put that in your planner. And then our homework is going to be My HMH lesson 1.1. Okay. And I don't have a highlighter on me, but you want to highlight that, whatever your homework is, highlight it in yellow. And then when you get it done, you mark it in blue with your highlighter. And I think we got you highlighters when you got your bag of school stuff. Okay, so look in there. Okay, so we're going to start with number 1. We've got 3/4 divided by 2/3. First thing you want to do is up here you want to flip and multiply. Go ahead and write that down. And just know that you're going to be flipping the second fraction. Flip the second fraction. Okay? So what that'll look like is we rewrite the first fraction as it is, and then we multiply. So you can use the x or a dot like that for multiplication. We're going to multiply 3 over 2. So we just flipped. The 3 went from the bottom to the top, and the 2 went from the top to the bottom. So then, when you multiply fractions, you're going to multiply across. Multiply across. Okay? So then we've got 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay? And that can be boxed in, your answer. Now, let's just talk about this one. This is called a improper fraction. And the reason it's called an improper fraction is because it has a larger numerator than denominator. So the top number is larger than the bottom number. Okay? So this is kind of like if you had a pizza that had 8 pieces and you had 9 pieces. So you have one whole pizza, because 8 pieces is one whole pizza, and then you have one extra piece. Okay? And this is called a mixed number. And that little pound sign is, you could also refer to it as number. Okay. Now we're going to number 2. All right. I'm just going to move this decimal point over 2 spots, and I just got to remember I'm going to move it back at the end. So that might just help you, like, not so worried about the decimal point. Okay, so 36 times 4 If you have any questions or anything, make sure you're writing these in the group chat so I can see them. So we've got 6 times 4, which is 24. Carry the 2. Okay. Now we have 3 times 4, which is 12, but we got to add that 2, so it's 14. So now the decimal point that was right here, we're going to move it back. So it actually equals 1.44. And there's your answer. Go ahead and write that down. I'll give you some time to do that, and then we'll get going on the order of operations problem. Okay, so parentheses is number 1, exponents is 2, multiplication, division 3, addition, subtraction is 4. Remember, this is left to right, and this is left to right, and I'll explain that as we get into it. Okay? Are there any questions up to this point? No. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're going to start with parentheses first. Okay? So 18 divided by 3, that is 6. And then we'll just pump that square down. And then everything else comes down. Minus 6 times 4 divided by 2 plus 8 divided by 4 minus 16 plus 30. You're like, oh my gosh, there's so many different directions you could go, but there's only really one right way. There's a right order. Okay, so now we've done the parentheses. Now we've got to do the exponent. Now, we've got an exponent right here. If you forgot about how to do that, I'm just going to go over it real quick. Okay, so let's just talk about 2 squared. What that means is we get 2 times 2. Okay, so we're multiplying the base times itself, and you're going to see the base 2 times. If we go 2 to the power of 3, that is 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, 2 to the power of, say, 5 is the base 2, and we're going to show the base, it's going to show up 5 total times. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. If we were doing, say, 6 to the power of 4, it'd be 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. Okay? 7 to the power of 3 would be 7 times 7 times 7. Okay? So 6 times 6 is just, or 6 squared right here is just 6 times 6. So that equals 36. Minus, everything else comes down. 6 times 4 divided by 2 plus 8 divided by 4 minus 16 plus 30. Okay. So now we're done with exponents, and now we're just doing any multiplication division, and it goes from left to right. Okay? Left to right. So, not subtraction, but here's multiplication. That'll go first. So we go 36 minus 6 times 4 is 24, and then everything else comes down. Okay, so now we've got 24 divided by 2, because it's that multiplication division. So we're skipping the subtraction, addition, and we're just doing the division and multiplication. So we've got 36 minus, okay, 24 divided by 2 is 12, plus 8 divided by 4 minus 16 plus 30. Okay, now we've got 8 divided by 4. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. Then we can write in everything else. 36 minus 12 plus 2 minus 16 plus 30. Okay, now we're done with multiplication division, right? Now we're just doing addition subtraction. And it's going to go left to right. So we'll start with 36 minus 12, which is 24, plus 2 minus 16 plus 30. Okay? 24 plus 2 is 26 minus 16 plus 30. Then we have 26 minus 16 is 10 plus 30. And then our final answer is 40. Give yourself a couple stars on that one. Okay, so it's always going to have this funnel effect coming down, and you're going to do your best. Okay? All right. Okay, so this is what we're doing now. All right, this is what you want to do. You're going to go on to ClassLink. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going ClassLink to my HMH. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. All right, so here it is. Okay, so we've got our Lincoln County ClassLink. So you want to get on your ClassLink. Okay, and you're going to want to click on this, My HMH. Okay, I want you to type the number 2 into the group chat if you've got that. Okay, you're going to click on My HMH. Good. And then you should come to something like this. Type a 3 into the group chat if you're at that portion where you have your book, you have all that stuff. Good. If you're not on there, go ahead and type not on there on the group chat. Okay, now what you're going to do is go to assignments. And assignments for you might look different. And I want you to tell me by typing a 4 into the group chat if you can see where your assignments tab is. Awesome. Okay, so you're going to go on there and you're going to go through the book. So when you go through the book, there it is. Oh, I X'd out of it, dang it. Okay, so when I go on the book, I just want to show a couple things going through the book. So I'm coming through the book and it might take some time to load, that's fine. Okay, so as I'm going through the book, there's some cool features on here. Okay, so right here, this is how you'd answer questions. So if I tell you to go through the guided practice, I want you to click on here and you're going to see problems and you're going to work them out and answer them. Okay, the other thing you're going to do is you've got these little things here like a, let me go back. There's a couple things I wanted to show you. So right here, if you're not understanding something, they've got these math on the spots, which is cool. It's like a video that explains what's going on, and they should be able to take you through stuff. This guy's really good. So you watch him. Well, there's the music. So that's how you do that. And we'll go back. Okay. And then you've got these things, which is like a guided math trainer, which will take you through each section. So like on this one, what's the opposite of -1? You just go say to +1, and then you check it. Boom. Yes. So I want you to go on there, and you're going to do your assignments and your book work and everything, and you'll get that going. Give me a 5 in the group chat if you understand what I'm saying.